The second recipient of the Distinguished County Service Award is Sly Young. Sly Young started volunteering with the Arlington County Detention Facility in 2013 by teaching various classes to inmates. Over 300 inmates have taken his courses as he worked with each of them to overcome their personal challenges and barriers in order to achieve their educational and employment goals. Sly's classes consist of learning effective communication skills, developing problem-solving techniques, and most of all, encouraging participants not to give up on their hopes despite their current situation. A program manager commented that Sly demonstrates a passion for wanting to make a difference in the lives of those who may have lost sight of their dreams, and that passion is infectious. His goal is to be a champion for change, and those who desire, who desire an alternative direction in life. A class participant said the following, and I quote, "Through osmosis and inspired by his incredible journey, I have discovered my own sense of purpose. My gratitude is beyond measure, beyond what conscious words can express." Please join me in welcoming Sly Young to the stage.
Good? Okay.
Excuse me for just a moment.
Go Sly.
This is very emotional for so many reasons. Before I even talk about my journey, I need to thank someone who's here. Almost 31 years ago, I failed 6 or 7 classes, missed over a third of the school year. I was directed to leave high school. They were going to kick me out like trash. But fortunately, I got put into another sub-school. And there's a caring principal, Miss Gwen Felder, who saved me from giving up on myself. And please, give her a round of applause. She's here with us tonight. I can't do this. She's giving me a pep talk. I'll get myself together. I can do this. But I might break down here. So I will tell you that in 2008, one of my employees, Robbie Marinossi, said to me that I inspired him. And then a couple of months later, I ended up going to a college classroom to teach. And I've been teaching college students and university students now for over 10 years at Northern Virginia Community College and also Marymount University. And I will tell you that I went through some personal tough times, and during those tough times, I was depressed. And I was trying to find a new direction, and I will tell you that sometimes in life, we need to be broken to be rebuilt. And I was broken. And so I started this organization called Saving Our Communities at Risk through Educational Services, which is Socrates. And my friends and family, after I was getting doors closed, nobody wanted me to come in and help, and I just didn't understand. I was about to give up. And my friends and family told me to go into the jail system, and I laughed. I was like, why? Why would I do that? And it was the best decision I've ever done. And fortunately, I met someone there, Kristen Kane, who took me around and showed me around and introduced me to
what was behind the scenes. And I never imagined that I would still be doing it now. And bear with me for just a moment, because this is very important for anyone who's gone through hard times, because I've gone through a lot of it. In March of 2014, I made my last time phone call to end my life. I called my older brother, Johnny, who fortunately paid attention, and then my sister, Joyce. Both of them recognized that I was in a critical state. I was this close to ending my life. But somehow, 3 to 5 hours after I almost ended my life, I went to the Arlington County Jail to teach a class, unbelievably. I couldn't get in that day because they were locked down. But that was the moment that changed my life. And earlier today, I was teaching there, and to know that these guys are excited, they want to learn. And unfortunately, there was a guy that was in my program in 2013, and he came into the unit I was teaching in, and he said, "Why are you teaching us this stuff?" And I didn't take any offense by it. Unfortunately, he's still in my program now, but he's now at the point where he's ready to change. And that's why I do this work. When I go down the street and I see one of the guys that was in the jail in my program, just recently a guy jumped over a fence and came and gave me a hug. That's why I do this work. We cannot put chains on people after they've been incarcerated. It is already hard enough. We don't need to bother them anymore. But I know I've already gone over my time, but I have to do this, and I apologize if I go a little bit long. I have to do this. Earlier today, I sent an email. And before I do this really quickly, because I've had some really difficult times, and I just want to ask this for just a moment. But I need to recognize the people, because without these people, I would not be the man that I am today. It started with Win Felder 31 years ago. But also, I would like these people to stand. They believed in me before I believed in me. Gary Bartels, Gary Jackson, Virginia Clay's not here. Karen Deneu, or Karen Turner now, who's not here. A guy that I met because I went out and did a talk, Prince Sachi. He called me one day and told me that my words made a difference. And that's why I do what I do. But right now, just really quickly, I have to read this. So bear with me, please. This is about a woman who's in the room right now. Would you please come up to the stage? Christine Kane.
Wants to die, okay.
I have to do this. Kristen Kane is one of the most committed, supportive, and dedicated individuals I've met. She is a shining example of someone who uses their passionate work to help educate, inspire, and uplift others. Moreover, she is an incredible ally in partnering with those who are called to volunteer service. In early 2013, friends and family members encouraged me to volunteer at a jail to educate and inspire inmates. Immediately, I laughed at these suggestions because working with this population wasn't something I considered or wanted to do. Nevertheless, I contacted the Arlington County Detention Facility, ACDF, to explore volunteer opportunities. Then, after a comforting conversation with Mrs. Kane, I accepted her offer to visit the facility to determine if I could teach in this environment. During my first in-person meeting with Mrs. Kane, I quickly realized that she was passionate about and committed to her work. The excitement she projects is contagious. Moreover, it was reassuring that Mrs. Kane could be a beacon of hope in a seemingly dark place. Throughout my visit, she continuously highlighted the positives, opportunities, and needs for a variety of meaningful programs. This infectious positivity helped me to disconnect the location from my passion-driven work to educate those in need. As a former opportunity at-risk student, I knew that these individuals could benefit from my teachings and lessons from my own journey to achieve educational successes. In nearly 5 years of classes at the ACDF, Mrs. Kane was instrumental in obtaining approval for my programs, introducing me to other volunteers, connecting me with outside organizations and resources, and more. It's her absolute focus and relentless support of volunteers that inspires others to do more. Mrs. Kane's hard work and dedication helped volunteers like myself to remain motivated to delivering jail programs. Notwithstanding, it takes a special type of person like Ms. Kane to be driven to continuously identify opportunities for inmate personal development. The programs that she shepherds are critically important in transforming lives and reducing recidivism rates, along with developing success tools to build better futures. Without Mrs. Kane's unrelenting belief in my ability to positively impact lives, I, most likely, wouldn't still be volunteering and sharing my life and educational lessons to inspire others to do the same. Excuse me. Whenever I discuss her contributions to my work in life, I simply describe Mrs. Kane as my nonprofit organization's hero. During personally challenging times, if I considered not teaching another class, she would ask me to start a new program, which I continue to do to support her mission. This is an example of the encouragement that Mrs. Kane provides for the inmate staff and volunteers. Earlier this year, I received the 2018 Dr. Martin Luther King Innovation Service Award from the Department of Education in conjunction with the White House Initiative for Educational Excellence for African Americans. Last month, I was selected as the Arlington County Sheriff's Office inaugural Volunteer of the Month. Today, well, I wrote this yesterday, so it's tomorrow, I will receive the Distinguished County Service Award from Volunteer Arlington, a program of the Leadership Center for Excellence. These awards and recognition highlight my work, but all of it should equally recognize one of my biggest supporters, cheerleaders, and friends, Program Manager Kristen Kane too. It is said that it takes a village to raise a child, but it also requires individuals with giving hearts to make an enormous impact to positively change countless lives. Thus, it's because of Mrs. Kane's unbridled enthusiasm to make a difference that I am a committed volunteer and a better man. Please, if you will, give her a
very much, Sly, for recognizing the people who have played such a hugely important role in your story.